Hi guys, my name is Mwirigi and this is the BMW 528i with the M Performance body kit. Let's check it out. Moving on to the inside of this car, and as a sharp contrast to the outside where it looks aggressive and mean and sporty, this is actually a very comfortable place to be in. You can see, of course, the first thing that hits your eyes, this beautiful Napa leather, of course, mocha brown, fantastic contrast against the black. We have, of course, black on the top of the dashboard to reduce glare, of course, on the windscreen when it's a hot sunny day. We do have a lot of those, of course, on this side of the world. And we have this beautiful piano black insert that sets it off, reminds you how the outside of this car looks. A beautiful place to be in. And it is incredibly comfortable. In fact, that's the thing that really shocked me. The seats are nice to look at and even better to sit on. But we cannot talk about this car, of course, without mentioning all of the technology that we have available. So I'll start, of course, now with BMW Efficient Dynamics, because just like BMW themselves, it's a very wide thing. It's all about reducing the impact that this car has on the environment. So it changes from the factory to how they use water, how they get power, how they change their manufacturing processes to reduce the impact on the environment, and then from the car itself, which materials they're using to build the car. This car is actually a lot lighter than the outgoing version, but 50% stiffer to give you that incredible handling that you're used to from a BMW. So if the stiffer body is lighter, the engines are more powerful, and of course now we have loads of technology in here. Cannot talk about this car without mentioning, of course, this beautiful 8-speed ZF gearbox, the legendary gearbox that people talk about, especially in this car. Mated with that engine, it's a joy to drive, and we're going to put this on the road and see exactly how that looks. You can, of course, now manage that manually by switching this to the right and actually moving the gear shift to the front or to the back, or using the paddle shifters on the steering wheel. Steering wheel, of course, loads of technology over here. We have a digital information display in the middle over here, can be switched out depending on the driving modes that you're using. So of course we have Sport, Comfort Plus, and then now we go back into Efficient Dynamics. We have, of course, Eco and Eco Plus. So they've built this car to make sure that you do have a great driving experience, but you conserve fuel when you're on the move. You can go longer, because I kid you not, you get in this car, you're going to want to go on a road trip. So in terms of Efficient Dynamics, we have two interesting things that I think I need to point out. We have, of course, the fact that we do have regenerative braking in this car. Now, this is something that you usually tend to see with electric vehicles, but basically what this does is that it uses the power of your car braking to charge the battery. So you actually have a display for that Efficient Dynamics. You can see just how much power the car is putting into the battery in real time when you slow down or when you hit the brakes. Second thing, of course, we have here is a start-stop system. So when you get to traffic lights, or if you need to stop the car, the engine automatically switches off, and then it switches on when you, of course, lift your foot off the brake, just to make sure that you don't use any fuel when you're idling. Now, in addition to that, we have this beautiful infotainment display over here tied to the BMW Professional music system. BMW, of course, always outdo themselves when it comes to the music systems. It sounds incredible. There's nobody I've ever known to get a BMW and go to a third-party shop to add speakers, woofers. This thing really sounds incredible. Now, of course, in other markets, this system, of course, comes with a connected drive system. So you can actually connect the car to your phone and run the AC, start the car, switch off the car, switch on the lights, find the car in a parking, all with the convenience of your mobile phone. You also, of course, now have navigation. This being an imported car only has navigation for a certain region of the world, not for us at the moment, but it's actually a feature that is available on this specific model, the F10, this, of course, being the 528. So, of course, now we have 12-volt sockets inside, of course, the center console, in the front over here, with the cup holders, and an additional one over here in this dashboard pocket over here that we have for storing the stuff that we need available. So I've shown you what we have in the front. Let's jump into the back to see how much space there is for the people and the stuff that you might need to carry. Coming down to the back of this BMW, and as you can see, loads of space. We have these premium materials in the front, extending all the way to the back over here. So this beautiful Napa leather, mocha brown, still at the back over here on every surface that you can touch, because I don't have a dashboard, I just have the back of the driver's seat, so I am completely ensconced in a sea of leather at the back here, and I have to say it's an incredible place to sit. Now, one of the things that the F10 brought over the previous generation is a lot more headroom at the back over here. So you can see I'm actually 5'9". There's loads of space for my head over here, loads of space for my feet at the back, and for, of course, my knees. Loads of space for anybody sitting at the back over here. Now, because it's a rear-wheel drive car and the transmission tunnel is passing in the middle over here, it is going to be a bit of a tight fit for the person sitting in the middle, but the people on the two outdoor seats here are going to have the time of their lives. In terms of storage, we have some small storage facilities over here in the middle, an additional 12-volt socket for charging, and we have these airplane-style seat backs for allowing you to keep something at the back here. Looks like something about the size of maybe an iPad. In addition to that, of course, now we have this center armrest with this trick BMW cup holders. These things always make me happy on every BMW I've ever reviewed. Very interesting how they just fold out, give you space for 2 drinks that you can keep secure when you're on the move. In addition to that, we have additional space over here to store anything that you might need to keep away from prying eyes, and an additional tiny storage space at the back over here, including a pass-through to the boot should you require to pick something for the boot or carry something that's a bit long. In addition to that, of course, we have door pockets at the side over here to keep any small items that you might have to carry. Of course, when it comes to safety, we cannot mention this car without mentioning the fact that it has 3-point safety belts for every person sitting at the back over here. And we have ISOFIX points for child car seats, just to make sure that your children are safe when you're on the move. But let's see how much this thing can carry. Let's go check out the boots. Coming around to the boot of this F10 BMW 528i with M Performance. Very long name, but it's a beautiful car. We do, of course, now have a power tailgate. So having the key in my pocket, all I need to do is just kick my foot under here and the boot will open to reveal 520 liters of boot capacity, which is very usable because it's actually very long, incredibly deep inside this car, and there are very many small storage spaces to allow you to put stuff that you might need to carry, maybe small bags. You know, if you're going to Naivasha, of course, you're going to have to carry a lot of maybe small things. So there's a very deep storage section at the right side here. There's a storage net over here. We do have tie-down hooks on both the left and the right here so that you can actually tie that stuff down, then roll about when you're driving this car. And in addition to that, of course, you can actually have 2 handles over here to lay down the back seats flat to give you additional space for the stuff that you need to carry. But this car is not about carrying stuff, it's about getting from 0 to 100 as fast as possible. So let's get this on the road and see what this feels as the ultimate driving machine. So now we are in the driver's seat, of course, of this BMW F10, the 5 Series, this of course being the 528M Performance. And it is time to get this car on the road and see what it feels like as a driving experience. This is a beautiful place to sit. The seats are comfortable. The driving position is angled towards the driver. Everything is set to make you have a great time when you're on the road. And of course now that cannot happen without the fact that this, of course, being an executive saloon, has been built for driving very fast. It's an incredible car to be in. But the thing that has actually shocked me is just how quiet and refined this car is on a regular basis. From the outside, this looks like, of course, a beast, a hot, fast driving car. But when you're sitting over here, it's actually very comfortable. It's actually incredibly quiet. The responses I'm getting from the engine is very smooth. It's giving me all the power that I need, not making too much noise. But that's because I'm in the comfort mode. So I'm actually sitting in the lap of luxury over here in comfort mode. We do have, of course, different driving modes. Like I had mentioned, we have Comfort, we have Eco Pro, which of course now helps you to conserve fuel. And then we have the reason that most people are going to buy this car. We have the Sport mode setting over here. So when I put the car into Sport mode, what it does is that it instantly increases the throttle response. So you actually get more of a response from the throttle when you put your foot down. And then in addition to that, it holds the gear longer so that now you're able to get the most out of this engine. So this engine we have in here is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, 2 turbos, putting out 240 horsepower, of course going to the rear wheels of this car because this is a really, really fast car. So now that we have it here, let me put the foot down and you can even hear what is going on. Sounds incredible. And as you can feel, yes, this is why somebody buys a BMW. I'm not even going to lie. People will tell you that these cars are difficult to maintain. They'll tell you that these cars are expensive to run. They'll tell you that it's probably not a good idea to get a 5 Series. And all of that makes sense until you're on a road like this and you put your foot down. And I kid you not, at this moment in time, I don't care about any of that. I just want more of this incredible road and this fantastic car. Oh my God. It's important to note, obviously, that almost any car is going to cost you money in maintenance. It's my opinion that spend the money on the car that you love, and this is a very easy car to love. Yeah, so ideally you want to have this car in comfort or eco, but when you do put it into sport mode, you begin to realize why so many people buy this car. This car is incredible. On a road this beautiful, on a day like today, in a car like this is why people buy Beamers. My God, this feels good. So that's it, guys. A quick look at this BMW 528i with the M Performance body kit. It's been a great time. If you have any questions, any queries, anything you want to say, you can hit me up on the comment section below. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who sent some money on the till number. It's going to be scrolling on your screen right now. You are the reason I'm able to do this, and I'm eternally grateful. So until next time, keep left and less overtaking. Bye.